Here, I think I'm going to get whooped on here as they made movies about his young introduction into the world of karate. Well, Bill DeClemente is the real Karate Kid, a 9th-degree black belt, 36 years of experience, and he joins us this morning to show us some ways that we can protect ourselves. Great to have you joining us this morning, Bill. Of course, the real McCoy, Ralph Macchio, Pat Narita made the movies, but you've got some tips on how folks can easily defend themselves with a couple of quick moves. And you're actually going to do this on me?
Yes, James. Well, I'll do it to the camera and I'll explain it.
All right, put me where you need.
Okay, what I've done is I've extracted from my 36 years of formal karate and a lot of streetwise experience techniques that are easy to learn, and I'll be demonstrating them tonight. But let me show two of them now.
Okay.
If you notice, well, I'm facing the camera so the viewers can see it.
Okay.
But if you notice, I'm standing here perfectly relaxed. My fists are not clenched. There's no warning.
That's good to see.
I believe in being sneaky fast.
Yeah?
So let me give you an idea.
Yeah.
Now, I'll do it with either hand.
Yeah,
now, that particular technique you can use from any foundation. You see, if I was standing here and got uncomfortable and wanted to prepare to defend myself, I'd be warning an adversary or a group of adversaries. I don't believe in being that nice.
Don't put up your fists or anything.
Exactly. We want to be sneaky fast. Call them into our web. So another technique that can be done from the same posture, and I look perfectly relaxed and even off guard.
Kind of like
me.
Yeah.
Okay, now the desired target is the throat area. The reason being, if the accuracy is a little low, the contour of the body actually glides it into the throat. If you're high, the chin and the nose are fine. If you go, you never want to go above the nose because then you get a glazing blow, the head goes back. In baseball, you get a pop-up or a bunt. We want good wood on the ball, so to speak.
Good wood on the ball. That's good. Lee has been wanting to do that to me for years. Now, is this something women can use? Because they're concerned a lot about self-defense.
Matter of fact, primarily women have a quest for knowledge and or a fear factor, and they become a great part of my audience.
So those are a couple of snap moves. Would you recommend that this is something that anybody could try?
Anybody could do it. You don't have to be in great physical condition. Doesn't matter.
Try that again for us, Bill.
Okay.
Cool. I'm just standing
Perfectly
here.
Relaxed,
You're just
no
relaxed. I'm just standing here on the street. I'm like, holy.
It's documented at a speed of 0.06 of a hundredth of a second. It has puncturing power, and there's a lot of physics involved. The elbow goes behind the fist, not out. It loses its weakness. See, as you're standing here, if you push this hand towards my face, please do so. It becomes difficult.
Yeah.
But if you put the hand behind the elbow, the elbow behind the hand, now it gets strong.
Oh, I see.
So there's a lot of physics involved.
And a lot more, you're going to get a lot more accuracy as you do the wax on, wax off. Like they do that in the movie. You can do a lot of cars that way, then.
Oh, yeah, but I'd rather stay away from that.
Yeah, terrific stuff. Some quick self-defense techniques, and you've got more as you'll be showing folks tonight. Bill DeClemente with a free self-defense workshop. It's from 8 to 9 at the Barnes & Noble bookstore, 18711 Northeast Biscayne Boulevard in Aventura. Thank you for not hurting me, Bill.
Thank you for having me.
Protect yourself the way you can. Your defense is a lethal hand. You stand strong and proud and brave, for it's your life that you may save. Oh, karate man. Care for your loved ones and yourself. Develop focus and good health. Try to reach for the highest star. Take the first step and you'll go far. Oh, karate man. Oh, karate man. You're a proud karate man, and you stand firm as you can. If you believe in what you see,
Billy DeClemente. Karate has had a great effect on my life, and I'm proud that I have this opportunity to be your personal trainer. Karate is much like a story. As it is passed from one person to another, it often falls far from its origin. But what you're about to see is exactly the way it was developed by the masters here in Tamari Village, Okinawa. So let's start our karate training. Before we start our karate training, let me point out to you that never at any time will we pick our hands up in a fighting stance or a defensive posture, because karate is not fighting. It is being able to spring to a lightning-fast defensive move and counter-strike from whatever posture we may be in. Let me demonstrate to you the low block. Now Chris and I will break it down and show you the bunkai, or interpretation, as we'll call it. Here's the proper way to execute the down block. First off, it's extremely important that we use our reflexes. Karate does not defy reflexes, it brings them out. It's a natural instinct, if I see a strike coming at this vicinity, that I cover. There's no space between these hands, no space at all, because if I had any space, what I'm doing is telling my attacker, here, I'm framing my target. Keep your hands tight, your forearms must slide. One hand coming down to block the low region, the other coming back at the same time, preparing to strike. They both reach their point of climax at the same moment. That is the yin-yang principle. It will apply to everything we do. For hot, there's cold. For night, there's day. This is the basis of our power. Watch again.
Hey, buddy, I don't want you walking down the street.
The next technique that we will work on will be the mid-block. Let me demonstrate it for you. Now Chris and I will show you its application. Let me break this technique down for you. The first and most important part is the cover. Again, I remind you, there is no space between these hands. The forearms are tight, protecting the solar plexus. This is the vital area we're trying to defend. We cover, and karate is like playing a zone defense. If I see a strike coming in this vicinity, I will spring to a block of this area. And if you've noticed before, I sprung to a low block from the same posture. Remember, cover the solar plexus, protect them. Watch for the next strike. If it's a high strike, spring to the mid-block. Both hands meet their climax at the same moment. One projecting a block, the other getting ready to counter strike. This hand comes out like throwing a frisbee. It sails through the air. Keep your wrist loose and whip it across. If I was to take a frisbee and swing it, it will not go far. But if my wrist is loose, it'll sail through the air. Watch again. my body like a diver would use a diving board, keeping my arms loosely and bouncing them off, springing them to fast, swift blocks.
Hey, give me your money.
The next techniques that we will work on are the rising wrist block and the palm heel block. Let me show you what it looks like. The rising wrist block is a lightning fast block. It is what's necessary to block a fast, swift move like a jab. What I'm doing is raising my wrist up, bending my hand forward like it's not even there. Keep the hand loose, whip it up, block that face region. Protect yourself from the jab. As you've noticed, when my hand is up this area, it's leaving a large, inviting target below. That's where the palm heel block comes in. Let me show you. Now Chris and I will show you its application. You knew it. It's paint defense.
Hey, buddy, how about lending me $5?
Oh, sorry, that's all I have.
That's all I need.
The next technique that we will work on is the head block. Let me demonstrate it for you. Here's what I'm doing. I'm bringing the hand up across the throat area, protecting the throat and the entire head region. My hand comes across, and note, the elbow follows the wrist. Do not bring them up at the same height. This is incorrect. Bring it across, let the elbow follow. Let it spring and recoil. Just like a gun has a recoil, any fast, swift, powerful move has to have a recoil. Bring the hand up, turn the arm out, turn the wrist up. You want to absorb the impact on the forearm. If you turn the wrist down, you're producing the bone. You do not want impact on the bone. Watch again. This is the way to perform the head block. And I can use either hand. For example, if another strike was to follow, and my left was up, my left hand would retreat like I was taking off a catcher's mask. Grab the bar, bring it down across the face as the right hand is coming up. They always cover the face. There is one point where you cannot see beyond your wrists. The retreating hand coming down as the rising hand comes up. This is, again, the yin-yang principle. For every positive, there is a negative. Watch again. Now watch Chris and I apply it.
Hold there. Give me your wallet.
Here, take it. The The next technique we will work on is the shuto. It's done in two versions, the high shuto and the low. We'll start with the high. Let me demonstrate it for you. Here's what I'm doing. First off, I'm blocking a strike in this vicinity by pivoting, turning the trunk as the hand crosses the body. If a strike was to come at the throat or face region, I'd spring back, producing a positive motion here. The retreating hand that went back at the first start of the move is the negative. Again, the yin-yang principle. Watch me spring back to a face block. Watch Chris and I show you its interpretation.
Hey, get him!
Now we'll work on the low shuto. Let me demonstrate it for you. What I'm doing is starting off just like the high shuto, blocking a strike in this vicinity. And then I'm going down to block the lower region, producing a strong positive motion in this vicinity. Watch Chris and I show you its application.
Is that your truck blocking the street?
That's not mine.
Yes, it is.
Our final blocking technique will be the cross block. Let me demonstrate it for you. What I'm doing is using my body as a torque converter, pivoting, bringing my hand across, not reaching out, but letting it slide across the trunk of my body. This hand would not be there when I execute the move. It's only to show you the point of impact. Watch Chris and I show you its application.
Hey, give me all the money in your pocket.
Find somebody else, buddy. Now let's work on some striking techniques. I said earlier that karate is for defense, and it is. However, there may come a time when you will have to spring to a fast strike in order to defend yourself. You don't always have to wait for someone to throw a punch or thrust at you with a weapon. If they come in at you in an intimidating manner, a very aggressive fashion, That is the first strike. The back knuckle punch is the karate man's version of the jab. It's lightning fast, and it springs to its destination without any warning. Let me show you what I'm speaking about. I'm standing in a very natural, relaxed position, showing my attacker no sign of warning. I do not telecast any of my strikes. I'm relaxed, I'm looking in his eyes. He is not aware that I am concerned about him at this point. Watching his eyes, and notice I do not swing my head, lean back, or in any manner warning. Watch the back knuckle strike. And it can be done with either hand from the same position. Let me show you how I did this. My hands are hanging at my side relaxed, a manner in which we may stand in the course of a day thousands of times. I'm standing relaxed. I bring the hand up to the center of my body, close the fist, twist it, reversing the action, and striking with this back knuckle. Bring it up, spring to a back knuckle strike, thrusting it into the attacker's face. One more time. The next striking technique we will work on is the straight punch. A karate man's punch has tremendous velocity because there's a lot of physics involved. If you noticed before, every time I executed a block, whether it be a down block, I brought my hand back ready to strike. A mid block, I brought my hand back ready to strike. A head block, brought it back ready to strike. It's now chambered, ready to go. Just like a trigger, it's pulled back, ready to fire. Watch me execute the straight punch, and then I'll break it down for you. If I came off a down block, my hand is ready to go. Off a mid block, ready to go. Off a head block, ready to go. We never bring the hand back and punch. That's telecasting it. Karate has to be fast. Also, sneaky fast. Never give anyone a warning. First block, then counter striker. Here's how I executed that punch. There's always a positive and a negative in everything we do in karate. If I was coming off a block, my hand is ready to go. The striking hand comes out at the same speed the retreating hand goes back. They both meet their point of destination at the exact fraction of a second. Another strike would be done in the same manner. I reverse the field and the trunk turns. The trunk is our torque converter. In every move we perform, our trunk gives us maximum power. The physics involved in karate. The yin-yang principle, hot, cold, night, day, plus, positive, negative. This is what it's all about. Watch again, and notice the hand slides along the body. It does not come with your elbow out. It slides along, straight. This is an extremely powerful strike. We also use only two knuckles. It's like taking two pipes, holding them parallel to each other, and striking someone. The striking surface is these two knuckles. That's all it hits. But remember not to bend the wrist down. It must be straight and strong. If you have a powerful punch, you must have a strong wrist to be able to absorb the shock. We work on a piece of equipment called a makiwara. It's not necessary for beginners, but I will demonstrate it for you in a second. This is a makiwara board. It's a piece of equipment developed in Okinawa hundreds of years ago. The purpose of it, to develop a strong, powerful punch. And if you notice, there's rope on the outside. This rope absorbs most of the impact, and it helps put an outside callus on the knuckles to help it protect and pad it against the powerful strike that it will absorb. Let me show you the use of the makiwara. This develops a tremendous, powerful strike. I have saved the next technique for last, for a good reason. There are many people that as soon as they hear the word karate, they think of kicking, and kicking only. But kicking is only 2% of karate. If you're called to defend yourself against a big, strong, aggressive person, the straight kick is karate's most effective kick. I'm going to demonstrate it for you. Both left leg, front leg in this case, and the back leg, which is the right. But before I do so, make note that I'm in a very natural, relaxed position. Do not telecast any of our moves. The attacker should not know he was hit until he feels the pain. Look in his eyes. The target we want is directly under the eyes. Never look down at that target. That's like telling the person, I'm about to kick you in a certain spot. We will never warn him. We have to be sneaky fast. I'm watching his eyes, and let me execute the straight kick, first with the front leg. Notice I did not lift my hands, I did not lean back, or side to side. No warning. Now from the same foundation, watch me strike with the back leg. Here's what I did. First, I bring the knee up like it was the sight on my rifle. Where my sight aims, my bullet will land. Bring the knee up directly in front of me, not out to the side. We don't want to strike anyone in the hip. That won't disable an attacker. Bring the knee up, then extend the weapon. Watch again. Same procedure with the back foot. The back foot is not faster, but it does have a longer range because of the turning of the trunk of the body. And it's more powerful because the trunk is now in the movement. Watch the back leg strike. This is karate's most effective kick. Watch as I show you a piece of equipment we use to train on in the dojo. This piece of equipment we frequently practice on. It helps us develop power and accuracy. Watch me practice on it, first with the front leg, then the back. Now the back leg. If these techniques look dangerous to you, you're correct. They are. Karate is not game playing. It was developed to defend life, limb with someone you love. So please be careful when practicing. karate techniques that you have just learned were not composed by me. They were handed down in the evolution, just as I have now handing them down to you. Please respect them. Remember, karate is for defense. If you have to think about your karate, you do not know it. It has to become an instinct reaction. It's like playing a musical instrument. When you see the notes, your fingers automatically go to the keys. So perfect these techniques I have just showed you. In Volume 2, I will start teaching you katas, one of which was composed by the late Mr. Miyagi. Until we meet again, train hard.
An ancient art will be told. Open your mind, heart and soul. Respect and honor there will be. Self-control will tap your key. An ancient art will be told. Open your mind, heart and soul. Respect and honor there will be. Self-control will tap your key.
you done.
Target. I watch other Shonen people, and I even had the, what's his name, the USTA do a copy at Mr. Abel's symposium, the black dude that studied with Nakazato, and I'm just looking at it like it was words. Buffet, Eddie Buffet. He's a national champion, and 7th or 8th time. But he didn't even compare. And if he ever sees this table, I hope he does, because he doesn't even compare to what you're.
It's only for us. It's only for us now. I'll even leave it with you. Okay. Been on? So I'm done.
Go slow because you make me tired too.
So you can go with me. I just...
No competition here. I'm running.
See?
no kid.
It's just been working for 3 days straight, over and over and over again.
Last night we here from 11 to 6:30. With the others. And then the wardrobe. Remember? Yeah.
Yes.
What's that?
Protect yourself the way you can. Your defense is a lethal hand. You stand strong and proud and brave. Oh, it's your life that you may save. Oh, karate man. Care for your loved ones and yourself. Develop focus and good health. Try to reach for the highest star. Take the first step.
Hi, I'm Billy DeClemente. The exhibition you're about to witness will be the execution of 15 classical Okinawan katas and their bunkai, or application as we know it. I'll be assisted by my protege and top student, Renshi Chris Johnson. What are katas? Katas are the composition of all the techniques from the most basic to the most advanced. They have an evolution, an origin, a date, and a composer. Before I start, I'd like to dedicate this video to two people that had a great effect on my karate training. Mr. R. Lynch's, the founder of the Legend of Black Belt Society, who personally inducted me in 1968, and my first sensei, the late Jimmy Fitzgerald. Wherever you are, friends, this is for you. The first kata we will demonstrate was composed here in Tamari Village, Okinawa. The composer, Master Soshin Nagamine, Sensei. The year 1940. H. Our second kata is Furigata Ni. It was composed here in Naha City, Okinawa, in the year 1940, and the composer, the late Mr. Miyagi. Furigata Ni. The third kata is Pinan Shodan. It's the first of a series of 5, composed here in Shuri Village, Okinawa, by Anko Tuzu in the year 1907. Shodan.
Pinan Shodan.
Kata number 4, Pinan Nidan, also composed here in Shuri Village, Okinawa, in 1907. It was the second of the series of 5, composed by Anko Tuzu. Pinan Nidan. Our fifth kata is Pinan Sandan. It is the third of a series of 5, also composed here in Shuri Village, Okinawa, in the year 1907 by Anku Utuzu. Pinan Sandan. Kata number 6, Pinan Yandan, also composed here in Shuri Village, Okinawa. It was the 4th of 5, composed by Utuzu, 1907. Pinan Yandan. Kata number 7, Pinan Godan, also composed here in Shuri Village, Okinawa. It was the last of the series of 5 by Enko Atuzu, 1907. Pinan Godan. Kata number 8 is the Naihanchi series, the first of which is Naihanchi Shodan, composed here in Shuri Village, Okinawa. The year 1890, Soken Bushi Matsumura was the composer. Kata number 9, also composed here in Shuri Village, Okinawa, 1890. It is the second of 3, Naihanchi Nidan. Kata number 10 is Naihanchi Sandan. It's the last of 3, composed here in Shuri Village, Okinawa, by Soken Bushi Matsumura. Kata number 11 is Ananku. The composer is unknown, but it dates back to 1683, and it was given the name of the Chinese envoy who brought the basic moves from China. Our 12th kata is one kan. The composer is unknown, but it dates back to the 1680s, and it was given the name of the Chinese envoy who brought the basic moves from China. Kata number 13, Rohai. The composer is unknown. This kata is practiced exclusively by the men here in Tamari village, Okinawa. It dates back to the 1680s. Kata number 14 is practiced by the men here in Tamari Village, Okinawa. The composer is unknown, but it dates back to the 1680s, and it was named after the Chinese envoy who brought the moves from China, Wan Su. Our last kata is practiced by the men here in Shuri Village, Okinawa. It dates back to the 1680s. It was named after a shipwrecked Chinese sailor who was found and befriended by the men here in Shuri Village. The kata, Chinto.
The exhibition that you just witnessed was not put on to enhance violence in any way, but to show you the true core of karate. It was developed for self-defense. And if you're ever called upon to defend your life, your limb, or someone you love, that's what it's all about. Until we meet again, arigato.
An ancient art will be told. Open your mind, heart and soul. Respect and honor there will be. Self-control will tap your key. Oh, karate man. Oh, you're a proud karate man.